Hello, guys. This is Nix, one of the seers here on the Typhon server. Today, we're going to be going over how to log in and create your character on the Chronica campaign uh, website. So, first off, this is going to be your overview when you first log in. It'll have a list of all your different friends. Most of you will probably have less than I do, due to I have to have everybody for the Typhon server as a friend to add them. Pending is if you are sending somebody a friend request or if somebody sent you one. So you always want to kind of check those if you get the chance. If you belong to multiple campaigns from different servers, you can always hop on through all your different campaigns. Since this is for the Lands of Typhon, we will be hopping into the Lands of Typhon server. So this is your basic campaign overview. Over here, you're going to find different artwork, a list of all the different players in it, including the GMs of the server. Also, you'll find a link to our website. Simple, easy. All you have to do is click on it, and it takes you straight to the actual Lands of Typhon website, which will be covered in another video. For right now, we'll stay on Chronica. Over here on the left is your navigation bar. This is what's going to take you to all the different facets that you want to go to through Chronica. And Chronica holds a whole bunch of stuff. The important thing is we're going to start with just tonight of let's get our character created and ready for the lore master to do the audit. So first we're going to do is we're going to go to the player dashboard on the left-hand side. You can see I already have my character Nix made. We will actually be making a character for another member of the server. So normally you would create your first character, and up here you can also go down here to player codex. This is a list of all the players who have played on our server, and of course if they're in the cemetery, they've passed away, the Hall of Heroes retired. Auditing is where our characters will be as the lore masters check to make sure we've done everything right. But if you ever want to learn about other characters, player codex is where that's going to be done at. So let's go ahead and get started on creating our new character. Up in the top right corner, you'll see this green button that says new character. We're going to go ahead and click on it. Okay, so this is your actual character creation style right here. So we will be making the character Zax tonight. He was gracious enough to wait for me to make this video so I could create his character. So first off, his name, his gender. Of course, he is alive. We will only all characters should be alive. We will only change these as your character status change. If this is a player character, choose an owner. I am not the owner of this one. The owner of this one is actually Lone Star Wolf 77. He's another one of the seers, and it is his main character. Player codex folder. You always want to select auditing when creating a character. The lore masters will go through and check to make sure that everything has been done correctly to make life easier on our staff as we go through and audit your sheets. So you always want to go to auditing first. We will move you over to the heroes one. There is no profile template at the current moment. If there ever is, we will create a video followed up on how to use that. Your main card stats. So this really applies only a few things. You should not be coming up with a title as a tier 1 adventure, especially as level 1 adventure. If you do, get with the seers. It probably isn't going to be that big of a deal. And then, of course, factions. You can join a guild once you're in. You would come back to edit the character and add your guild there under faction. Disposition really doesn't matter to the party because you're a member of the party. So his race is an Azamar. I think I spelled that wrong. And then his class, he is a barbarian. If you are multi-classed, you can always just put a slash, whatever your other class would be. Since Zax is currently only a barbarian, we will stick there. Alignment, this is not a hard rule that we run on the Lands of Typhon server, but it's good to know kind of where your character lies. Zax himself would actually lie as true neutral. Custom character stats, really not something that we keep up with as much. Description, bios, and notes. This is where you're going to put your backstory. So Zax has already created a character. He's already made it through Roll20. We will load up Roll20 real fast. And the beauty of it is you don't have to retype the whole backstory. We're going to go through and just snatch his backstory straight off of the vault and just copy and paste. Makes life easier for everybody. So we'll scroll down here and find Zax. If you've watched the Roll20 video, you will know this as the character vault. This is where you do all of your editing to your character, inventory changes, different things like that. This is where your character is imported from games, but that is covered in the character creation on for Roll20 video. So Zach's, here's his backstory. We're just going to copy, paste. There is his backstory. Nice and smooth and cool. Notes, this is anything you want to include for either players or GMs to know. Now down here you'll see Game Master Secrets. You will not see that as a player. That is something that the seers use or DMs use to keep different little notes on your character. But if you want to put in that you have a sister, or maybe this is why you left, the world you came from before you came to Typhon, or different reasons, this would be a good place to put that. Just notes you want the DMs to know as they create content for your character, what kind of things matter to your character. So next we will get his image, which we'll go here and save the image. And then you go to upload image. If you really want to, these are all free images for you to use, provided by the amazing staff at Chronica. And you could go through and pick out a character from here and build a character off of somebody that you find in here. Be a pretty cool little dwarf barbarian. So we're going to go ahead and upload an image since Zach's already has one. And then we're going to create the character. So now if we go over to the auditing folder, there we see Zach's. He belongs to Lone Star Wolf 77. We're going to click on him just to make sure everything looks right. So as he gains connections and different things, he can add connections. If he has different flares, he can add different flares. Also, like my character Nick is a changeling. You can actually have additional images of, what your different changeling personas are. Or Zach's grows giant as a barbarian. He could have a picture of what his giant looks like. You have multiple different options. So the character's created. Step one, we're good. Next, we're going to go up to the dashboard. Now, normally you would go to player dashboard. As Axe is not my character, I can't click on there. I have to actually go through Lone Star's one. But if you click on player dashboard, it will take you to your player's dashboard. Next, we're going to add his wealth. So right now, Zax has, based on the master sheet, you would do this as starting gold. Zax has 1,444 gold. Whenever inputting anything for wealth that is not automatically done through a campaign shop, always add a note. It makes life 10 times easier for the staff, and also it helps you keep track of all your different items. So we're going to add a note. Starting gold. It's nice, it's simple, it's not complicated. And we'll add it to the wealth. And there it is. He now has wealth. So whenever the lore master comes through and goes, hey, Zax has spent like $4,000 and I don't think he or 4,000 gold. I don't think he has that. He can go back and look through your wealth log and go, oh, okay, here's where he got an extra 2,000 gold or whatever. Always make sure you put these notes in. It just solves a lot of issues down the road. So now that we have Zax as a character created and Zax's wealth in, we're going to come up here to inventories. Now, normally I would click there, or you would click there, but since it's not my character, I will go this way and go to view inventory. This is a very simple process, especially for starting characters. We have built the entire items library to make your life easier. So I always suggest to players, organize your inventory. Do not throw everything into a box and just hope that it works. So what you're going to do is create containers. These containers are different categories for you to be able to put things in. So what I always do is I have the name of my character. This is what's on the character. This is what you're carrying with you on your adventures and things like that. You're obviously going to have a place to live. So right now, Zax does not own a house, so we're just going to put room. He's probably staying at the Scorched Salmon or one of the other taverns there in Port Galede or Fort Fork. And then if he had a guild hall, you could put guild hall inventory or different things. Always organize these out. It makes finding inventory a million times easier. So since we were creating this for Zax, we're going to put everything on Zax. That way he can move into his room whatever he wants. The easiest way to do this, if you have two screens, makes life easier. If not, you just click between the sheets of Roll20, and everything you have right here should be on Chronica. Now, I will move this off my screen because I have multiple screens, and life is just easier for me. So for Zax, we're going to go to Add Item, that little button right there. And you're going to come up with this. If you were adding a homebrew item or something for flavor, like you wanted to build a certain picture for your room or something with painter's tools, you can custom create the entire item. And I will have another video on shops and how to custom create items. But we're doing starting equipment. Let's keep it easy. You're going to go to copy item and load item library. So painstakingly, every piece of adventure gear from the player's handbook and different books, all the heavy armor, the medium armor, the light armor is all in here. All you have to do is just copy it. Makes life a lot easier. So first on his list is a great axe. Great axe is a martial weapon. So we'll go through here and find the great axe and just hit quick copy. Bam. He now has a great axe in here. If you want to do it all like this, all you'll do at the end, and I'll show you how to transfer it all to Zax. So we'll do it the easy way. Just go to add item, copy item, load item library. He has a short bow, which is a simple weapon. Quick copy. Now you can also go up here and click on quick add items. Actually, I apologize. We cannot do that. I have not set that up yet. But if you wanted to, if you were adding, say you had a bunch of different small flavor items, you could go through, you could type in, you have one dresser, one painting, and one wolf head. And then you can type in an item description and then just quickly add them. And then you can come back through and add them and see later as you go. Now, since we don't need these, we will go through and just delete them. Problem solved. So go back through. We won't add Zach's entire inventory, but I want to do at least a few items for you to really get the idea of how to do this. So he has common clothes. So that's adventuring gear. You're going to scroll down and find common clothes. There's robes. There we go. Common clothes. If you click on it, it'll actually tell you what the value of it is, the weight, things like that. But we're just going to quick copy. Make life easy. So we have his 3 basic items. I'll go through and add the rest of his inventory later. So what you do is you check mark all 3 of these items, move, and then this is why you have containers. You can move it down to Zax. So when you do this, all these items are now showing on Zax. Once you get into the later tiers, what you carry on you extremely matters. So they look into it. The DMs will go through before a game and say, okay, he has this, 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 and this. So if something weird shows up on your character sheet, they'll ask you, where did this come from? This isn't showing on you. This is how you keep the inventory to say, this is what I'm bringing on me, things like that. Also, if you're robbed, if you're on a quest and you get into it with some bandits and they steal all your stuff, well, it's probably good that you don't have everything on you. On your character sheet, I will drag that page back over. On your character sheet, I never carry all of my gold on a quest. Because if they rob you, this is considered the gold you have on you. Where if you go back to here, this is the gold that you have total. Maybe it's left at the Giat Riverbank and Trust. Maybe you have it in a bag under a floorboard in your room. Wherever you hide it at, is you can keep your gold separate. So on the character sheet, what you have on you, this is your total wealth. Good news is, once you got to this point, you're pretty much done. So you get to go over and post in the character audits channel, request a lore master to take a look over it, and if you followed this video, you should be completely perfect and get through audit. After that, that's the last thing to do in an audit, and you are officially in Typhon having some fun. I hope this video was great and explained a lot for you and walked you through it. If you have any questions, do not be afraid to reach out to the staff on the Lands of Typhon server. We will gladly help out and try and get you on the right track. But until the next video, we will talk to y'all later.